I saw Infinity War a second time. Finally, I'm gonna be pacing, so might as well turn on the lights and go down into the pit. But finally, I saw the Infinity War a second time. I've been trying to see the second time since the day after I saw it. I saw it, and then immediately that's Sunday, I believe. I tried getting in again, and every single showing for that day was sold out, and the same thing happened to me Sunday, except for the 7 o'clock showing. And I don't like seeing movies Sunday night because I like to stay have a nice relaxing Sunday night. But honestly, movies are relaxing too. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna take it so I could see it again. And now I was in a perfectly normal mind state. I wasn't delirious. Wasn't like a fever dream state. I was completely normal. I was ready to watch this movie in a full and fully obtain everything it had to offer, absorb everything, and make sure I fully grasped and understood it. And it's a 10 out of 10. It is a masterpiece. It is one of my favorite. It's my favorite Marvel movie. I said it. You see, I was so tempted. After I was seeing this movie, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I think Guardians Volume 2 is still my favorite. I think it is. Because I think there's this core tenet. Guardians Volume 2, up till this point, was the only Marvel movie that gave me enough emotion to make me cry. I cannot watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 without crying. I can't do it. It's one of those movies that every single time I watch it, I'm in tears. And I didn't cry during Avengers Infinity War. I did not. However, there are two scenes in this movie that I think are some of the best scenes, not just in comic book movies, but in film, period. I've never seen... Well, no, I can't say I've never seen... I haven't seen scenes in a very long time that, were so perfect in their execution. And this is just... It's dedicated to really good writing, but it's also dedicated to strong performances that I didn't even know these actors were capable of. And the first of these scenes, I don't remember the order that they have. I believe, no, this is the order that they happen in. So, the first scene is when Mantis has Thanos in his half asleep, half awake state. She can't make him fully fall asleep because he's too powerful. So he's in this half awake, half asleep. So he's still able to kind of respond to questions that are thrown at him, but he's also not able to do anything or move. He's just kind of in a trance. And I should have mentioned this is spoilers, obviously, but yeah. So you find out from between what the delirious things that Thanos is rambling about, and between Nebula's explanation, you find out that Gamora is dead. Well, we already knew Gamora is dead, but Star-Lord, Peter Quill, finds out Gamora is dead, and the break he has in this scene, knowing that the love of his life is dead, is, oh my god, it is the best thing I've ever seen. Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna forget his name. Don't tell me I'm gonna forget his name now. Chris Pratt. Yeah, Chris Pratt. Of course. How did I forget his name? But yeah, so it's the best thing I've ever seen Chris Pratt do. He's just he snaps. Because I guess Thanos is I had to kill her. He's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Calmly, very calmly and collectively. And then he just breaks. He's starts screaming and punching Thanos, it ruins the whole thing. It ruins the whole plan. They're about to get the glove off. Peter has the glove in his hands. I mean, Peter Parker, not Peter Quill. But yeah, so they has the glove in his hands and they're about to get off, and he just loses it and starts crying, punching Thanos in the face, screaming. And I've never, oh my god, it's a perfect scene. It is so good. And then the scene later that I wouldn't say as good, it's just as good, but I don't care about the characters as much. I love Scarlet Witch, but who gives a fuck about Vision? I guess I care more about Vision because Scarlet Witch cares about her. Scarlet Witch is my favorite Earth Avenger, I'd say, but the Guardians have a personal hold to me. I really, really care about the Guardians, and I really relate to them. But yeah, so this scene is finally when they're in this position. They're in the jungles of Wakanda. Thanos' people are closing in. Thanos has arrived. He has arrived on the scene, and Scarlet Witch Wanda is forced to destroy the Infinity Stone in Vision's head, risking his death, and he's like, "This is it. You have to do it." And you see her face. She's shaking. Her lip is quivering. It's like this was acting. This was acting. Oh, I'm already over the 5 minute mark. I don't care. This isn't a rapid review. This is just gonna be me gushing. Screw it. This is not rapid at all. And I'm just so. Oh my god, this movie makes me feel so much emotion. Not in the ways like most. Whoa, my character's gone. No, this scene, and her lip is quivering. She is shaking. The fact that she has to potentially kill the love of her life to save humanity, and she's like, I can't describe it. It's just like I'm never like. This was an act. This was acting. This wasn't a real person. This wasn't a real natural reaction. This was an acting performance. And this movie's never gonna win awards. It's never gonna win Oscars. But it is an Oscar-worthy film. It is one of the best films I've ever seen. It is so good. Oh my god. And you have this scene, like, she's just crying, and then she does it. She does it. She's crying through shooting her powers, and then Thanos uses the Eye of Agamotto, and he reverses time to make it that she didn't even do it, and then she brutally kills Vision anyway, and takes the stone. So Scarlet Witch had to kill the love of her life for nothing. For literally nothing. And if those two scenes alone don't make this movie a 10 out of 10, I don't know what does. Those are two of the best movie scenes I've ever seen. I've never like watching them, like you're solely engrossed. You think this is real. You're watching this movie and you think it's real. I mean, obviously there's some shit that pulls you out, like giant Peter. What if Peter Dinklage was big? Like that's scene. It was so. That was a little ridiculous. I'll give you that. I mean, a lot of the early Wakanda stuff is kind of. I'm not a big. I know people are gonna think I'm racist. I'm not a huge Black Panther fan. I think it's very overrated, and it just kind of left a salty taste in my mouth because of how overrated it is. I mean, Black Panther's sister is great, but she has like maybe one or two speaking lines in this movie. When she's like one of the stars of the show, what did I say? When she's one of the stars in the show in Black Panther, she's 10 out of 10 character. I love her so much. But in this movie, she's absolutely she has no lines. But anyway, I mean, there's not much like I'm kind of like pointing out random things now that I'm over the time limit. But this just if me describing those two scenes doesn't like convey Infinity War to you and how it is one of my favorite movies of all time, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, maybe it will dwindle in years, but right now I'm riding this high of having seen one of the best movies ever made. So I'm just gonna keep riding that. I love the Guardians so much. That's the only reason. I love them all. You got Star-Lord. You got Drax, Gamora. May she rest in peace. Mantis. Groot, rest in peace, oh no. Yondu, rest in peace, Yondu. Rocket sucks. But anyway, go see Avengers Infinity War.